Welcome to Wisdom Academy YouTube channel. Today we are going to see about polynomial. What is polynomial name meaning is? Poly means many and nomial means terms. So many terms together we will call it as polynomial. Okay. So what is term? Term is a combination of or the product of numbers and the variable raised to the power. That is, for example, 3x square. So square is the power here. Sometimes it is called it as degree also. Here it is power, and this is the variable what we used. Variable means it's an alphabet, lowercase alphabets usually, and it can take any value at the time of processing. And 3 is coefficient. Coefficient means the number which is coming nearby the variable. Okay. So constant is also a term which doesn't have the variable. For example, 5, 3, that kind of numbers. Some numbers this is also a term. This is also considered as a term, but where the variable is not there. In other words, we can say the degree to the power of 0, right? And combination of these things is known as polynomial. So there are in two ways we can able to separate the polynomial. One is based on degree. It means that if I write here any polynomial, for example, x square plus 3x plus 2, this is the polynomial where my degree is 2. What I will say it as degree is highest power in the given equation. So this is the equation. In that I am having a power 2 here, I am having a power 1 here, I am having a 0 power here. So this is the 2 is the highest power in the given equation. So I will take it this as a degree. Since it is 2, I will going to name it as quadratic. Because if I am having a degree 2, I will name it as a quadratic. If it is suppose 1, I will name it as a linear. If it is 3, I will name it as a cubic. For example, now x cube plus 4x square plus 3x plus 2. So this is the polynomial where my degree is 3. Why? Because the degree is 3 is the highest power of the given equation is 3. So I will name it as a cubic polynomial. And this is the way we can able to differentiate the polynomial based on degree. Another thing is based on number of terms. If I am writing a polynomial, I am writing only one term, then I will take it as a monomial. Once again, mono means 1. And what's the meaning of bi? It is 2. It means that I am going to have 2 terms. For example, like this. This is 2 terms. I am having a polynomial with 2 terms. I will call it as binomial. And trinomial means I will have 3 terms. Like this. Right? So this is 3 terms. I am having 1, 2, 3. So the term separated by plus or minus. Always it will be separated by plus or minus, and together I will call it as a polynomial. And how many terms is there? According to I will name it as monomial, binomial, or trinomial, and so on. So this is what types of polynomial we have to know. Value of a polynomial. Here, if I ask this, that is, what is the value of p of x is equal to x square minus 3x minus 4 at x is equal to minus 1. It means that p of x should be replaced with minus 1. That is, p of x can be written as p of minus 1 to find the value of p of x when x is equal to minus 1. It means that I will replace all the x by 1. So minus 1 the whole square, minus 3 into minus 1 and minus 4. This may lead to 1 plus 4 minus 4, that is actually 1. So value of the given polynomial will be 1. Similarly, if I want to find the value of the polynomial, same p of x, where x is equal to 2, that is, my p of 2 will be 2 square minus 3 into 2 minus 4. This will result in 4 minus 6 minus 4. This will result in minus 6. So this is the value of a polynomial when x is equal to 2. Similarly, we can find whatever, for what value we want to find the value. This is known as value of a polynomial. So next what we are going to see is 0 of a polynomial. That is, if I want to find the zeros of the polynomial, if I am finding the value of a polynomial p of x, when p of x is equal to 0, then I will say it as a zeros of the polynomial. That is, instead of x, I will substitute any x. For that value, I want to get the value as 0. For example, we can take this as an example. P of x is equal to 2x plus 3. I will make x is equal to minus 2 by 3, minus 3 by 2. If I substitute minus 3 by 2 in this equation, that is p of minus 3 by 2, what I will get is 2 into minus 3 by 2 plus 3. So 2 to get cancelled, and minus 3 plus 3 will be 0. So this value is known as, that is, a minus 3 by 2 is known as 0 of this polynomial. Okay, so I will take one more example and show you. That is, I will take p of x as one quadratic equation, that is x square plus 5x plus 6. So according to the degree, number of zeros also will increase. So this is the degree with 1. This is the polynomial with degree 1. So I will get only 1 0. But here I will have 2 zeros because I am having a degree as 2. That is maximum number of zeros what I can have for a quadratic equation is 2. So if I factorize this, I will get an equation like x minus 3 and x minus 2. So this will lead to if I factorize this, I will get the two linear equations, that is x plus 3 and x minus 2. If I take a zero of this linear equation, it is going to be minus 3, and if I take the zero of this linear polynomial, I will get minus 2. That is, when I am substituting x is equal to minus 3 in this equation, or when I am substituting x is equal to minus 2 in this equation, for both I will get 0 as an answer. We can check that, that is p of minus 3 will be equal to minus 3 the whole square plus 5 into minus 3 plus 6. This will lead to, so it is 9 and this is minus 15 plus 6 and this will be 0. Similarly, if I find the answer for minus 2 the whole square plus 5 into minus 2 plus 6, this will lead to 4 minus 10 plus 6 and this will also lead to 0. So these two are the zeros of the given polynomial. Next, what we are going to see is geometrical meaning of the zeros of the polynomial. It means that how many number of times my x-axis is cutted by the given polynomial is known as zeros of the polynomial. That is, all my functions of a polynomial can be drawn as a graph in a Cartesian plane, like this or like this, whatever. So if I am drawing a graph, all the polynomial at last it will be any simple graph. It may be a line or it may be a parabola or it may be something. So accordingly, how many times it crosses the x, that I will say it as 0. That is, in this is the parabola. It means that any quadratic equation might be leaded to like this, and these are the 2 times it crossing the x-axis. 2 times it touched the x-axis, and therefore it has 2 zeros. Therefore it has 2 zeros. Similarly, here also it is a polynomial. It is touching 2 times. Right? This is 2 times it is touching. So I can say it has 2 zeros. Right? So number of times, how many number of times it is cutting the x-axis is known as zeros. So similarly, now if you take here it is only touching for 1 time. So a quadratic equation can touch x-axis for 2 times or 1 time. That is, here it touched for only 1 time, right? Only 1 time it is touched. So now our number of zeros in this polynomial is 1. Okay. So similarly, if I take one more, that is, here the same parabola, that is my quadratic equation, will result in the parabola. Here no time it touched the x-axis. No time it touched the x-axis. It means that I can able to form a quadratic equation which can give me 2 zeros, 1 0 or 0 zeros. So that's why I said that the maximum number of 0 what we can get from a quadratic equation is 2, and minimum number of zeros what you can get it in the quadratic polynomial is 0. Okay. So next what we are going to see is these are the things. So I am given the some exercise what he has to do. So you please guess what will be the zeros of this line. So here the number of times the line touched the x-axis is 0. Right? So the number of 0 will be 0, and number of 0 here will be 1, because 1 time only touched the x-axis. Whatever number of curves it may take, but it only 1 time it touched the x-axis. So number of 0 will be 1, and here 1 2 3 3 time it touched. Okay, and here it is 2 time touched. So it is number of zeros is 2, and here it is 1 2 3 4 times touched, and here it is 1 2 3 times it touched. So like this we can able to note the number of zeros of a polynomial. Geometrically we can say like this. Okay. So next what we are going to see is a relationship between a zeros and coefficients. Using the zeros, how we can able to come to the conclusion that what is their zeros are. So if I am taking a linear equation, for example, if I am taking a linear equation as 2x plus 3, I need not to go to solve this equation. Instead, I can write that what is there in the name of A, it is 2. What is there in the name of B, it is 3. So my 0 is going to be always minus B by A. It means that minus 3 by 2 will be the 0 of the given polynomial. So this is how to find the zeros of a linear polynomial. It's a coefficient relation with the coefficient itself, that is relationship between the zeros and coefficients. And next what we are going to say is the same thing for a quadratic polynomial. In quadratic polynomial you already know that we will have two zeros, right? So to calculate these two zeros I can't able to go for a linear type of method. So what I am going to do, I am going to name two zeros as one as alpha and one as beta, and I am going to represent a quadratic equation as ax square plus bx plus c, where a should be not equal to 0. If a is equal to 0, then once again it will become a linear equation. That's why a should be not equal to 0. So I know that there are going to be two zeros, that is one is x minus alpha, another one is x minus beta. But I can't able to directly find the alpha and beta using the coefficients, but I can find sums and product of the polynomial. That is alpha plus beta I can find and alpha beta I can find. The formula for this is alpha plus beta, that is sum of roots, sum of zeros otherwise. So sum of zeros is going to be minus b by a, and product of zeros is going to be c by a. Product of 0 is going to be c by a. So if I take a polynomial, for example x square plus 5x plus 6, my alpha value I know already by solving the sum already there. So and beta value also I know, but what is alpha plus beta? I need not to go for that alpha and beta itself. What I can do, I can use the formula here. So in the place of b I am having 5, so I will take 5 as an answer, and in the place of a I have 1, so my alpha plus beta is going to be 5. Similarly my alpha beta is going to be actually minus 5. Why? Because minus b by a. So alpha beta is going to be 6 by 1, because my c value is 6 and my a value is 1. So alpha beta is going to be 6. Okay, alpha plus beta is minus b by a. In the place of b I add 5, so minus 5 by 1, and alpha beta value is going to be c by a. It means that 6 by 1. Alright, so like this we can able to find the relationship between zeros and coefficients for a quadratic equation. So from this we can have a sum like this. So here what they said is find the zeros of the quadratic polynomial and verify the relationship between the zeros and coefficients. I know this alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a, and alpha beta is equal to c by a. So these two formula they asked to verify manually. So first what I asked to do is I will factorize this quadratic polynomial what is given to me. By factorizing I will get the answer like x plus 2 and x plus 5. From this my alpha value is going to be minus 2 and beta value is going to be minus 5, right? That is this linear equation equal to 0 and this linear equation equal to 0. I am making alpha plus alpha beta. So using this what I will do first is I will do it manually. That is alpha plus beta is going to be minus 2 minus 5, which is going to be minus 7, and alpha beta is going to be minus 2 into 5, that is 10. So I have these two, and next by the formula I am going to find the sum of roots or sum of zeros. Alpha plus beta is going to be minus b by a, and what is the value I have here for b is 7. So I will take minus 7 by 1. So answer is going to be minus 7. Here what I got, the same thing I got here by doing it manually. Similarly alpha beta, it's going to be c by a, which is c value is 10 and a value is 1. At last I also got 10 as an answer, and here also it's 10. Therefore we verified the relationship between the zeros and coefficients of a polynomial. Okay, now the question might be revised like this, that is it will be in opposite. They may ask they may be given the sum of the roots and the product of the roots, or sum of the zeros and product of the zeros, and they will ask to find the quadratic polynomial. For this I have a special formula, that is x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta. It means that sum of roots will be in the as the coefficient, negation of sum of the roots will be in the as the coefficient of x, and alpha beta, that is product of the roots, will be the constant of the roots. By this way I can write like this: x square minus, already here minus 7 is there, so x plus, and alpha beta will be 10. So this will be resulted in x square plus 7x plus 10, what equation we got in the last sum. So the same question I am reversing it. So people may ask the question like this also. They will be giving the sum of roots and product of roots. Using that you can able to find the answer using this formula, that is x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta. Okay, So next what we are going to see is, it's a division algorithm. What division algorithm says is this one. This might be you are studying from your class 5th. That is, my dividend will be equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. The same thing we are going to use in the 10th polynomial also. That is, my polynomial, and it is here it is a dividend and here it's a divisor. And this divisor will be multiplied with the quotient and plus remainder will give me my p of x. We can go to the sum, you will understand more easily. That is, my p of x will be equal to g of x. G of x is my divisor and q of x is my quotient and r of x my remainder. By this, the sum will be like this. They will ask, divide 3x square plus minus x cube minus 3x plus 5 by x minus 1 minus x square. So whatever what we are going to do is by our long division method. To go for long division method, my step 1 will be arranging the given polynomial, right? Arrange the given polynomial. So to arrange that, what I am going to do, I am going to arrange it in the increasing order. That is, my p of x is going to be minus x cube, because this is the highest power what I have in this equation. So I will write it first, even whatever it is in minus itself. So minus x cube, then plus 3x square, then minus 3x plus 5. Similarly, my g of x is also has to be arranged because it is also jumbled here. So it's going to be minus x square and plus x and minus 1. So I'm going to go for my long division. That is what I'm going to do here. Minus x cube plus 3x square minus 3x plus 5 will be divided by minus x square plus x minus 1. By this way, what I has to do is, I want to make these two element to be common, so I can multiply x here, so that will be written in the quotient. If I write x, so what this x will be continued for everything. So that is minus x cube plus x square minus x will be my resultant. I will change the sign and I will add it. So what I will get here is 2x square, this will be cancelled, and minus 2x and plus 5. Similarly, if I put minus 2 here, to make minus x square, I want to make to 2x square, so I will put minus 2 here. Minus into minus, it will be plus, and it I am going to 2x square and minus 2x and plus 2. Similarly, I will change the sign here. After changing the sign, I will cancel these two and my answer will be 3. So here, this will be my q of x and this will be my r of x and this will be my p of x, sorry, g of x, and this will be my p of x. So we can note this down. That is, we can write here my q of x is equal to x minus 2 and my r of x is equal to 3. So using this, I am going to verify the division algorithm. So that's what they asked to write in the question, verify the division algorithm. So to prove that, what I am going to do, I am going to put it in the division algorithm. So what my division algorithm says, my p of x is equal to g of x into q of x plus r of x. So what is my g of x here? My g of x is minus x square plus x minus 1. It is my g of x, and my q of x is x minus 2 and my r of x is 3. If I multiply this, I will get the resultant as minus x cube plus x square and minus x and minus 2x square, it will be plus 2x square and minus 2x and plus 2 and plus 3. So here it will be ended like, because these two things are in x square, so I will add together to 3x square and these two are in x, and I will write it as 3x and plus I will get plus 5 as an answer. So this is what the question which is given to me, right? This is what my p of x is, right? So it is equal to p of x. So hence verify. So these are the simple questions that will be asked using the division algorithm. What they will give my p of x and g of x. By going for a long division method, I will find my g of x and r of x, that is q of x and r of x. Then I will put it in the equation this, and if it is RHS equal to LHS, I will say it ends proof. Okay. So these questions can be also asked in differently. That is what they will ask. This is the question, the different they asked. What is the find all the zeros. So it has to the power of 4, right? This polynomial has power 4. So maximum 0 what I can have for a degree polynomial is 4 here, because the degree is 4. So the maximum 0 what I will have is 4. And already they have given 2 zeros, right? Already they have given the 2 zeros. Now using this I am going to find other 2 zeros also. How it is possible? So this is possible by once again using the long division method. What I can do is simply by multiplying, making, so these are the zeros. To make it as factor, what I will do, I will put it in the x, that is x is equal to minus root 2, that is x is equal to minus root 2 and x is equal to 2. Like this it is there. I will make this thing here and this thing here, and I will form the linear equation as x plus root 2 and here x minus root 2. It just follows the formula a minus b and a plus b, right? A minus b. So it can be resulted in a square minus b square. Similarly, x square minus root 2 the whole square will become 2. So this is my g of x. So g of x is not directly given. It told that this is the 2 roots. Using these 2 roots I have formed the g of x. Now what I will do, I will divide the given p of x using g of x and I will get the q of x. And in the q of x, if I factorize, I will get the other 2 zeros. So this is what I am going to do. So by this I am going to know what is my g of x. My g of x is x square minus 2. So my using my x square minus 2, what I am going to do? I am going to divide my p of x. So how I will divide? Using my long division method. So first it is in the arranged way, so no need of arranging. So I will directly go for long division method. So it's going to be like this, right? So now I am going to divide by x square minus 2. So here we have to be very careful because here x term is not there. So we might be leaving one term at a time. So x square, how to make into x power 4? I will make 2x square. If I make 2x square, my answer will be 2x power 4, and here next term is not 3, so I am not going to write anything. Instead I will write plus 0x cube. Then what I will do? Minus 4x square. Like this it will come. I will change the sign. So the same thing it will come here, minus 3x cube, and what I will get here is plus x square, and I will other 2 terms also I will get it down. So plus 6x minus 2. So next what I will do, I will put minus 3x, because x square has to be x cube, so I put x, and it has the coefficient of minus 3, so I will put minus 3. So minus 3x cube. Then I will get only x term, not x square term, so I will go here and I will put plus 6x. So my remainder will be, that is my, after changing the sign I will cancel these two, and my remainder will be x square minus 2, right? So after x square minus 2 it looks like as it is, so I will put plus 1 and same thing will come to me, and my remainder will be 0. Yeah, it has to be because I am dividing a number by its factors, that is my zeros. So using these zeros only I formed this g of x. So if I divide, I should get the remainder as 0. If I am not getting the remainder 0, some mistake I might be done inside. You should be careful on this. Now what g of x, q of x I got is, my q of x is this one, right? So I will erase everything else. I will have my q of x alone. If I factorize my q of x, I will get my other 2 zeros, what I has to get. So to get other 2 zeros, what I will do, I will factorize these two. So if this quadratic equation, so if I factorize this, I will get it as 2x minus 1 and x minus 1. Okay, so what I can do, this kind I can able to make. So they asked zeros, not the factors. So this is equal to 0 and this equal to 0 will result in x is equal to 1 by 2 and x is equal to 1. So these are the other 2 zeros which can be formed because it has a 4 zeros. So 2 zeros they gave. By dividing that using the quotient, I found other 2 zeros also. So this is one of the important sum in the class 10th. By this we are finishing the quadratic equations. Please solve more sums, and thank you for watching the video.